Uncle Scrooge back to the Klondike. Back to the Klondike. I've just finished counting this money and now I can't remember how much there was. 13 years I spent counting it, and the time is wasted, just wasted. I wrote the total on a slip of paper, but I've forgotten where I put the slip. Or did I write it down? I've forgotten whether I did or I didn't. I'll have to get my nephew over here to help me count it again. I may not live long enough to finish the job alone. Let's see now. What is my nephew's name? I've forgotten. Donald Duck. That's right. Say maybe you remember his phone number too. I sure do. But why phone him? I'm him. So you are. Say that's right. You are Donald Duck. How absent-minded can I get? How did you get here into my private office? Walked in. The door was unlocked. Unlocked? Great heavens to Betsy. Something's got to be done about my memory. I leave my doors unlocked with 3 cubic acres of money just waiting to be stolen. You ought to see a doctor. Maybe there's a screw loose in your head. Nah, not that loose. Doctors cost money. Okay. Save the $2 doctor's fee and lose your whole fortune to thieves. You wouldn't have to count it again. I'll tie a string around my finger. That'll remind me not to forget. This string here, what's it doing hanging down from the ceiling? Blam! I forgot that string was a tripper for my burglar batterer. I guess you're right, I do need to see a doctor. So, you have blinkers of the thinkers, which is a mild form of amnesia. Blinkers of the thinkers? Can it be cured, doctor? Well, yes and no. Your memory will have to be boosted from time to time. Huh? I think it's already boosted. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Don't be chicken, you stay right here. You'll take one of these capsules every 12 hours, Mr. McDuck. Here, you'd best take one now. You'll have to revive him first, Doctor. He's fainted. Later. How do you feel, Uncle Scrooge? Is your memory perking? Goldie, Squaggy, Dawson. Huh? What's that you're mumbling? Glittering, Goldie, White, Agony Creek, 4 rocks in a square. I said, what was that you said? At least 500 pounds of pure nuggets. Wake up, I'm talking to you. Leave me be, I'm remembering. The old blackjack ballroom, the trail to Whitehorse, mosquitoes, mud, ice, the goose egg nugget. How soon can you and the kids be ready for a long trip? Why, I need you. Be packed and waiting at the Alaska Pier in 20 minutes. But get going. 20 minutes later. Don't ask me where we're going or why. This is Uncle Scrooge's party. You bet it's my party. You're going with me, back to the Klondike. Soon. The doc's medicine worked so well that I remember things I've forgotten 50 years ago. Mostly I remember a rich strike I made when I was a sourdough in the Yukon Gold Rush. I buried a hoard of nuggets at my claim on White Agony Creek, then walked away and forgot it. Now I remember the nuggets and much more. I remember a girl, sigh. A girl? Glittering Goldie, the star of the north. Golly, she was spangled and flashy, and her heart was as hard as the ice on the Tundra, the only live one I ever knew. Well, this is something. We never knew you had a girl. What became of her, Uncle Scrooge? Who knows? 50 years is a long time. Was she your sweetheart, Uncle Scrooge? Bah. Oh no, then why did you get that faraway look in your eyes whenever you think about her? That faraway look is my figuring look. The old girl owes me $1,000, which at compound interest for 50 years would now amount to $1 billion. Ha! Would I ever be glad to see her again? Let's go eat, kids. For just a minute there, I thought Uncle Scrooge was human. Skagway. Now for the trek to Whitehorse, then down the Yukon to Dawson. You still haven't told us why you wanted us to come along. The Klondike is a fearsome place, boys. It's swarming with claim jumpers and cutthroats. I need you to guard my hoard of nuggets. We'll go in here and buy outfits for the rugged trail ahead. 5 minutes later. I hope you know what you're doing, Uncle Scrooge. Of course I do. We're taking the trail over the Chilkoot Pass. Walking? How else? We could fly. Ramjet flying service. We fly anywhere. So we could. My, how this country has gone soft. But I'm not soft. Certainly not when soft enough to buy a ticket when we can walk free. The Chilkoot hasn't changed since the days of the sourdoughs, but the sourdoughs have. I haven't got my old Vim, Donald. You'll have to carry me. It's only a few feet to the top. Only a few feet over half a mile. Stop griping. When I was your age, I crossed this pass with 200 pounds on my back. If you were as full of hot air then as you are now, you probably floated over like a balloon. How you doing up there, Louis? Crossing with the Chilkoot breaststroke on my stomach. Several days later. Whitehorse, we made it. Just barely. There's the airport. If we'd flown, we'd be here a week ago. Oh, gripe. Ramjet flying service. Mr. McDuck. Well, there's a guy that knows me. I should know you. You're my boss. Huh? Don't you remember, sir? I've been manager of your airline here for 5 years. Oh, you own that airline. We could have flown in free. So we could. I must have forgotten. How long since you took one of the doc's capsules? Not since the one in the doctor's office. After all, they cost 10 cents a piece. We walk a week to save you 10 cents. Get his pillbox, kids. We'll fix them up right now. Next day, Dawson. There's the Klondike River stretching off to the east. Where's your gold claim, Uncle Scrooge? Farther north. We have to walk to get there. Before pushing on, the kids want to see the sights of old Dawson. Where did you meet Glittering Goldie, Uncle Scrooge? Right about there. Her honky-tonk was known as the Blackjack Ballroom. Well, what do you know? The old building's still here. See the weathered side? The Blackjack Ballroom. 50 years ago, I came through these doors. A piano was playing over there by the stage, and Goldie, the Star of the North, was singing. She was singing after the ball in a voice as pretty as the crackle of new bills. $1,000 at compound interest. Wait till I get my hands on that old gal. Don't be so doggone greedy. Tell us what happened when you met Goldie. Plenty. I walked to the bar and ordered a coffee. The bartender sneered. But he didn't sneer when I emptied my poke on the bar and he saw the goose egg nugget. Now do I get that coffee? Clank. That goose egg was some nugget, I'm telling you. Suddenly, Glittering Goldie was there on a long dive for the nugget. What a jewel. Don't be so doggone grabby. Bartender, I'm having coffee with this fabulous miner. So Goldie and I had coffee together. Tell me about your claim, handsome. Where is it? Ma'am, the claim jumpers that have tried to find it are piled so high around there, I have trouble finding it myself. Dearie me. I don't know what Goldie put in my coffee. More coffee? But I awoke hours later in a snowdrift 6 miles from town. My poke, the goose egg nugget, gone. I've been drugged and rolled. Nobody can take gold from Scrooge McDuck. There'll be a hot time in the old town tonight. So I came back through the doors of the Blackjack again, snarl. Weakling and cowards have 10 seconds to clear out. Teehee.